Hello YouTube, this is the Dbtgamer Show, episode 198, and today me and Adam are going to review Shadow Colossus for the PS2 and PS3. Let's mount up. Okay, that's my PS3 setup, so let's start this review. Adam, take it away with the story.
The story to Shadow of the Colossus. You play as a young boy by the name of Wanda, or should I say young man, I don't actually know how old he is. In his little idyllic life, he had a girlfriend. I don't know what the fuck her name is, and frankly I don't really give a shit. And yeah, that's him looking rather depressed against a stone monolith. And tragedy happens, and she dies. Nothing you can do about that. Or is there? In fact, there is something you can do about that. He dragged her into this desolate... Well, I won't say desolate, it's actually a pretty nice place. This vast expanse of enclosed land with all sorts of temples and just ruins everywhere. But it's closed off from the rest of the world. And there's a good reason why it's closed off from the rest of the world, because it's got huge fucking monsters lurking around. Now these monsters, the Colossi, are... Well, I won't actually tell you what they are, because it does sort of spoil the story somewhat. Basically, this entire land is overruled by a quote-unquote deity, some type of god. It goes by the name of Dormin. Now, this deity thing, Dormin, is said to be able to resurrect the dead, hence why he brought his girlfriend's corpse here. He brought his girlfriend's corpse, laid it on an altar, and Dormin spoke to him. And Dormin spoke thus, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And Wanda spake thus, "Well, my girlfriend's kind of dead. Can you do something about that, please?" And so spake Dormin, "No, piss off." So spake Wanda, "Please." And so spake Dormin, "Okay, if you'll shut the fuck up. This land of mine is got huge fucking monsters lurking around it. I don't like them. Could you please go get rid of the fuckers? And then I may think about resurrecting your girlfriend." And so... pretty much, he decided, yeah, that's a good idea, I'll go take my little pinprick of a sword that looks like, frankly, I don't know, it's not really that impressive a weapon, but it is a magical sword, as you saw David demonstrating earlier. You hold it up to the sun, it'll point you in the direction of the nearest monster, the nearest Colossi. It is also the only weapon capable of killing the Colossi.
What did I think of the story? Well, the story was in some ways confusing to me. I thought the girl was in some sort of coma and she was asleep.
No, she's dead.
But eventually, thanks to my friend Adam here, he told me the girl was dead. I thought the story was good, although the story is somewhat similar to Ico because there isn't very much of it. You know, the game doesn't really tell you that much story.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just the style of the gameplay, but it doesn't really explain anything. In fact, there's very little explanation. Like I said in the Ico review, I actually had to look on a website, a Wikipedia website. You're supposed to crawl under there, mate, to actually find the story for this, because the game tells you nothing. I've never read the instruction manual for the PS3 version, but the PS2 version didn't really have much of a story in it at all. It was just basically, here you are, that she's dead, you gotta go kill these guys, have fun kind of thing.
Right, Adam, what did you think of the graphics for this game?
The graphics for this game? Well, for the PS2 era, decent. I do believe they've aged pretty well. There's, look at him with his acrobatic skills there. All
those years of playing Tomb Raider finally paid off.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Does playing Tomb Raider help you tackle this thing, though?
Let's see, where's Lara Croft's shotgun of doom when I need it?
If I had the Wikipedia open, I could tell you the name for this thing. Yes, they all have their own different names. And I don't really care. The whole idea is to climb up their body hair and stab them in certain weaknesses.
Right, what did I think of the graphics for the game? I thought the graphics for the PS2 version were good. Now, as for the PS3 HD version, the graphics are slightly worse for a few reasons. this game was sort of upgraded to HD, and some of the characters, example Aggro the horse, when he sort of rides along, he kind of looks a little bit more blocky, and his mane doesn't look as good as it did in the PS2 version, but it's hardly noticeable. It's not really a game break if you want to buy the collection.
From my personal opinion, I played the PS2 version a lot more than I played this one.
Stabbing!
They look almost exactly the same. The only problem is that the PS3 version has, as he just said, it's high definition, higher quality, which basically means it highlights all the crap sprites and things they use to for the fine detail on the monsters and the characters. So things like hair, which are literally just the sprite is literally just a wavy sheet with a hair texture. It does look pretty crap. Because it highlights the actual sheet, if you know what I mean. It's hard to explain if you haven't, if you don't really know much about textures.
Music of the game, Adam. What did you think?
The music, I'll listen to it. It's
epic.
I know it sounds like some kind of
die, monster!
Stab it in the head. Oh
you
yes.
don't belong in this world anymore.
Yes, the sword is also used to highlight the monster's weaknesses. But just FYI, he is playing this on New Game Plus, i.e. he's increased his strength, health and stamina, and therefore he can kill these things in 1 or 2 hits. If this was his first playthrough, that would have taken a lot longer.
Behold, I am a god!
No, Dormin is a god. And yes, whenever you kill something, it turns to stone and you get raped by tentacles.
What did I think of the music for the game? I thought the music for the game was pretty epic and really good, although a lot of the time the game is quite quiet.
That's because the whole idea of the game is to invoke some kind of sense of loneliness. You are literally the only creature in this area apart from the Colossi, your horse, and maybe the odd eagle and a few lizards here and there. Aside from that, that's it. It's just you alone.
Right. The controls to the game. I think the controls to the game are really good. The controls are customizable, just the same as in Ico. Once this cutscene is finished, I will talk about the controls a little bit more. Adam, what did you think about the controls?
I just spent the last 2 minutes trying to get Wanda to roll under a fucking rock. Get this. It's not like you just press crouch and forward. Oh no, you got to press crouch, forward and jump. Why? What's wrong with just holding crouch, pressing forward, you crouch? Yeah, what did Link call it in the
Z target?
No, the duck walk.
Oh yeah.
The fucking duck walk. Cool, huh? No, fucking it isn't.
Please do not reference the CDI games. They need to rot in hell and never need to be spoken of again.
It needs to be proudly displayed on view to all Zelda fanboys. This is what you're dealing with. And Dormin spake thus: Thy next foe is in the seaside cave. It moves slowly, like my voice. Raise thy courage to defeat it. Yeah, Dormin will proudly announce the next Colossi in the starting area, which is where you get sent to after every time you kill something. It's got statues of I think there's like 16 Colossi.
Correct.
Actually, there's 17, but you don't get the final. The 17th is quite hard to get to.
Right, YouTube. Here's the controls I use. All the controls are customizable, so if you want to change them, you can do to your liking. Gameplay for the game. I thought the gameplay was very good, although most of it's kind of...
You like horse riding simulators, yeah.
It's... The combination of the gameplay is somewhat difficult to describe. I'd call it an adventure game. combined with a boss rush. Adam, how would you describe the gameplay, and what did you think to it?
I just did describe the gameplay, a horse riding simulator, because that's basically this. Look at this. This is what you'll be doing for the majority of the fucking game. You'll be riding around on this bloody thing. Now
I like aggro.
I'm a brony, so I like horses anyway.
But we're not going to ride Twilight Sparkle. I'm sorry.
You can't ride Twilight Sparkle. She's about 2 foot tall.
Wait for her to grow up, then.
She is grown up. That's the thing. And basically, so yeah, this is the game. This is what you're paying for. This is what you're going to be seeing for the majority of it, because this place is absolutely bloody huge. You will spend more time getting to these monsters than you will actually fighting them.
Well, personally, I think that the game's more like an adventure game, because riding the horse is like, you know, some sort of big adventure kind of in the Zelda series. Example, Twilight Princess. See my LP for more awesomeness.
We didn't really ride the horse that much in Twilight Princess, and that really sounds wrong when I say that out loud.
Good stuff about this game. Adam, why don't you go first?
This script. I don't really like using scripts. Okay, good stuff. The Colossi. The battles are fucking epic. Seriously, you are one little guy with a toothpick of a sword tackling these gigantic, furry, armor-clad beasts. A few of them are underwater for the most part, and one of them even flies. In fact, about 2 of them fly. 3 of them fly because the secret one at the end flies as well. That's sort of a giant eagle kind of thing. Well, as we go, the hidden shit. Did you know that while playing this game, you can increase your grip by eating the tails of lizards? I didn't.
And they're a pain in the ass to kill.
Yeah, one of the main things you'll find about this place. Dotted around this land are sort of small shrines. They're basically save points, so you don't have to, you know, if you die, you don't end up right at the back in the centre of the map, miles away from your target. On each and every single one of these save points, there's a small white-tailed lizard. If you can find the pissing thing, because it runs around like a mad-ass flea, and it's hard to hit. Once you kill it, you grab its tail, and that increases your grip, which is that big pink spot in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Also, did you know that if you eat fruit out of a tree, you can increase your health, which is the red bar right at the bottom of the screen? Again, I didn't. I was like on my 3rd playthrough before I realised that, oh yeah, I can shoot fruit out of the tree with my bow and arrow, which has infinite ammos. It has infinite ammos, infinite arrows even. And you can eat the fruit, and it increases your health. And there is nothing in the game that tells you this.
Oh, Nelly.
And it's just epic to find these things. Little secrets. Like I say, this place is huge, and the amount of beauty. That's the next thing I love about this game. The land itself.
Aggro, run. I got this.
The land is huge, vast, expansive. My God, it is just epic to look at sometimes. And my final good thing about this game, the ending links nicely with the beginning of Ico.
Good stuff about this game. I thought the story was good. I thought the love story was kind of cute.
Oh, no!
My face!
Yeah, I like the bit where you get trodden on by the 70-ton monster as well.
I'm okay.
How did you survive that?
Because I'm a badass. Cutscenes for the game, I thought they were really good and really nice.
What cutscenes?
The cutscenes where the god dude tells you where to find your next Colossi and the entrance of the Colossi themselves.
There is only one of them, and it's repeated ad nauseum, like every single friggin' time you.
Yes, kneel before my power, you puny human.
Now you gotta find its other weak spot.
I know where it is. I've got to climb now. My next good thing was the gameplay. I really like the gameplay of this game. It's an adventure game, and that's my favourite genres of games. Another thing I really liked was the overworld. It's a really fun to explore, although getting lost can be a little bit of a problem, because the sword isn't always the most accurate thing in telling you where the hell to go.
It'll point you directly towards the next objective, regardless of what's in your way.
Another thing I really liked about the game were the Colossi. I also liked the upgrades for the character throughout the game. If you beat the Colossi a second time, you can get upgrades for a character. I haven't done this yet, but I've heard that you can get a cape where it helps you glide and different types of arrows.
That's time attacks, mate. If you examine the... Every time you kill a Colossi, the statue of that Colossi crumbles. If you examine the crumbled... the crumbled statue, it'll give you a time limit. Defeat the Colossi in the time limit, you get an extra item. Mate, I've only got a few of the items, mate. One of them's an arrow that whistles, that distracts the Colossi. Another one is a cape which allows you to... it just acts as a parachute, basically. And they're the only two I ever managed to collect, by the way. Not all over time attacks myself.
Adam, what did you think of the Colossi in the game? Which one's your favourite and which one's your least favourite?
I can tell you right here and right now, my least favourite is number 16. It doesn't move.
The giant demonic chess piece of death, as I like to call it.
It just stands there. It doesn't move. And yet it kicks your ass.
Lasers.
It's got fucking nukes. It launches sort of nuclear lasers at you.
Right, I have you. Oh,
my favourite. I don't think I have a favourite one. I can't say I have a favourite one.
Well, some of my favourite Colossi have to be the underwater one, because it's the only one of its kind in the entire game. I like the first flying one, which looks like a giant eagle. But my all-time favourite Colossi has to be the giant plesiosaur that looks like Rayquaza from the Pokemon series, because of the way you fight it.
I know which one you mean, yeah. Yeah, each of these Colossi have their own unique way of killing them. Like this one, you just stab it in the foot, it collapses, you climb up its leg. The last one, you stab it in the back of the leg, it collapses, you climb up the back of its leg, up its back into its head. There's one that you have to what is it? You have to somehow get onto the top of its head and bang on these teeth that are sticking out the top of its head to guide it towards a platform. Then you jump onto the platform.
That was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, you jump onto the platform. It puts its front feet on the platform, allowing you to jump onto its chest where its weak spot is. That is pretty ingenious. And there's also one where the battlefield has this kind of underground tunnel system. You're supposed to attract its attention to one of the tunnel mouths. It comes along and stands at the tunnel mouth, looking down, waiting for you. At which point you're supposed to navigate through the tunnels, come up behind it, and climb up its tail, whilst it's distracted. Think yes. And you gotta stab this one in its ass as well. Why not?
Yes, squeal in pain, you puny thing. I may be small, but I can kill things outside the mountains.
We've killed that thing anyway. What's next?
Right, YouTube. Now that we've killed this Colossi, I think we shall end this review and go on to our complaints, because I think we've shown off enough gameplay footage to give you a rough idea.
Let's see if you've liked what you've seen. You'll like the game, because it's more of this with extras. And on that note, with Wanda getting tentacle raped in the darkness, falling flat on his face in the sand, we will bid you see you in a sec.
Okay, our complaints about Shadow of the Colossus. This doesn't happen a lot, but me and Adam's got the exact same complaints. Funnily enough, it's all happened in our Ico review. Our first complaint is the way that you get around. The Overworld in Shadow Colossus is very, very big, and it's easy to get lost because the star that you use to navigate can easily point you straight into a mountain. And
if you're standing in the shade, it doesn't fucking work at all.
Yeah. So our first complaint is sometimes navigating this massive overworld can be a little bit tedious.
And also, even though you're on a horse, it's absolutely fucking huge. The world, that is, not the horse. And it just takes so damn long. I know it adds to the atmosphere, but when you're trying to get somewhere and you're constantly running into walls and having to navigate around mountains, and you end up in a desert when you're not supposed to be in a desert, and you just think, ah!
Where the hell am I supposed to be going?
Yeah, frustrating. Anyway, it's part of the game, so grin and bear it.
Our second complaint with the game are those fucking lizards.
It's nice that they're there, and it's nice that they increase your grip strength, and it's nice that the game gives you option to do this. It's absolute pissing annoying that the game doesn't tell you about it.
There's also a new complaint I have with the lizards. I remember one time when I was playing this game, I literally spent maybe 20 to 30 minutes chasing one of these little fuckers around a little building.
Oh yeah, when you find these things, you better have your bow and arrow ready and already aimed at it, because those things will bugger off. The slightest provocation, like an arrow to the face or the knee. No.
Obligatory Skyrim joke for the win.
Bloody hell. But yeah, they're just so damn irritating to kill. Obviously the quickest way to kill them is by the bow and arrow, because well they're on the top of this
giant save point towery thingy.
Yeah, and they have free running of this thing. They can hide under the arch in the middle. They can hide right on the top, so regardless of where you run around it, you can't see the fuckers. And they will hide. Oh, they will fucking hide. It will take you bloody ages unless you're an expert at the bow. You're gonna be chasing these fuckers down for a while. And there's one at every single bloody save point, and these things are quite numerous around the world. But, yeah.
Our final complaint, this is more Adam's complaint than mine, because I don't really mind this. Adam doesn't really like the fruit in this game. The only problem I can see with this is that the games actually tell you about it, but if you look up in the manual, it's pretty easy to figure out.
Does it? I don't remember the PS2 manual ever saying anything about the fruit in the trees. I thought it was just, background. And one day I decided, oh, sod it, I'm going to shoot that melon that's hanging on the tree. Why the fuck are melons in a tree? I don't fucking know, but I'm going to shoot it anyway, and boom, poof. Oh, it fell. Can I pick it up? Yes, I can. Health bar increases. Why the fuck didn't I know about this before? Because guaranteed, if you haven't watched this review and if you're watching this review and you've played the game, you're almost guaranteed to be massacred by the same frigging Colossi over and over again before you realise you can't actually increase your health.
Adam, would you recommend Shadow Colossus?
That depends. If you're looking for an action adventure, no, because like I said before, 90% of the game is riding around on a horse. If you're looking for a game with a lot of story, no, there is very little story in this game. If, however, you want to wander around a vast, beautiful landscape with your pet horse and beat the flying crap out of gigantic, furry stone monolith monsters, then yes. If you like that idea, if you just saw David kill 2 of the fuckers, if that's your idea of a good game, then yes, go for it. And also it's just one of these games that you will love. And it's an experience. It's an experience worth living.
Would I recommend this game? If you like adventure games, go for it. And also, if you are attracted to fighting giant creatures which seem impossible to kill, also go for it. Our rating for this game is a 4 out of 5. My next review will be my Halloween special, which Adam will also be starring in
I can't get away from this fucker, can I?
Castlevania, The Symphony of the Night for the Sony PlayStation and the Sony PSP.
It was actually on the Sega Saturn as well.
Oh yeah, that as well.
And the PSP version is actually the Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles, which is a remake of Rondo of Blood, and the Castlevania is simply an extra which you unlock.
See you guys then.
See you around.